Mr. Beans, yeah, I need to regenerate. I'm about to go off like I'm the Avatar state, and I can say
it's been a little over a month since we got the news that, well, Crunchyroll coming under ownership by Sony is actually now finalized, and Sony had confirmed months before that they will be putting Funimation in charge of Crunchyroll. So basically putting Crunchyroll's direct competition in charge of them. So now technically it's all one company, but at the same time they actually are still two different entities. You see, it's like Facebook buying Instagram, but Instagram still exists. Although the difference is Instagram and Facebook are two different types of social media apps, and merging all of Instagram's features into Facebook just would not make much sense financially. So simply letting Instagram exist as if it was still separate online is the beneficial thing for them. But when it comes to Funimation and Crunchyroll, both companies are somewhat different, such as how Funimation has a focus on anime distribution and English dubbing, while Crunchyroll mainly focuses on anime licensing. In other words, Funimation is a service that buys out rights for most of its anime distribution, while Crunchyroll just wants to be allowed to put out anime, and they do not dub any anime themselves. They do pay for dubbing, however that's specifically for Crunchyroll original anime, which adds to another difference. There is no such thing as a Funimation original anime. But even with these differences, it doesn't make sense to do what Facebook did with Instagram, because while Funimation may have a larger focus on other things, but everything Crunchyroll does, Funimation still does do those things, with the exception of creating original anime for their service. So Crunchyroll existing as a separate entity doesn't make much sense to Funimation. They can just take all that Crunchyroll has and then rid the title of Crunchyroll from existence, like how Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z fused with Nail, but he was still Piccolo, just with Nail's new added power. So Nail was really gone from existence. It was just his energy and essence inside Piccolo. So Funimation could stay Funimation just with Crunchyroll's power, but I don't think that's the case either. Many people keep asking me what's going to happen to their Crunchyroll or VRV accounts now, and well, it seems in the close future there will simply be a time where everyone's accounts on Crunchyroll will simply not be renewed, and when you try to renew it, you'll just be redirected. But what will you be redirected to? Well, the Funimation app makes sense, but I actually think it's not that. You see, it was already confirmed that Sony was planning on making a new service that utilized both assets of Funimation and Crunchyroll. We've speculated in the past if this means that Funimation will be added back to VRV, since when Sony originally bought Funimation, it was removed from VRV, but now that Sony also owns VRV because Crunchyroll owns VRV, that now Funimation would be back on VRV. But honestly, I don't think that's what they're talking about here. It seems we're getting an entirely new app with a new name that utilizes both Funimation and Crunchyroll. But you see, there is no way Funimation is letting their brand be replaced. So Funimation will exist, but a new app that has the power of both Crunchyroll and Funimation could be like the upgrade app that will be more expensive and have more content, while the Crunchyroll app simply won't exist anymore and will be gone. It'll be a memory. But VRV, on the other hand, which is owned by Crunchyroll, is an app that probably will still serve as a collection of other apps, which will have Crunchyroll replaced on it with this new service. This seems like the likely outcomes for all this based on the information we have. And of course, you can find out about a whole bunch of other stuff in other videos on the channel right now. But I would appreciate it if you guys left a like on this video before you go. My name's Konjik, I love you, and I'll talk to you later.
And I can say that I'm great, yeah, I can say that I'm perfect. I ain't the one that was out here saving lives, I was purchased. Now we about to take you out if you try to act toxic. I'ma send you straight up to my main man, Konjik.